Hello, and welcome back. For those of you just tuning in now, I'm Nadira Hira, your Master of Ceremonies, and I'm here to catch you up on what you might have missed. Wow, what an exciting time we're having to close out this year's SDG Action Zone. How cool was that discussion with SDG advocate Ala Marabit and activists Jamira Burley, Jana Amin, and Fele? What a squad! These women really know how to drive the message home, and I have no doubt that they have the policies and the power to change the world. So what else has been going on? Well, we had a very special guest join us for a candid conversation. None other than the UN Deputy Secretary General herself, Amina J. Mohammed, who spoke to us about the Women Rise for All initiative, why women leaders are so effective in some of the toughest situations, and how we use empathy and all the tools available to us to ensure a more equitable, just, and representative society. We've looked at innovation in many different forms today, but the grassroots changemakers from UNDP's Accelerator Labs were a real highlight. Professor Anil Gupta, founder of the Honeybee Network, told us, quote, "Every grassroots innovation is an indicator of an unmet need. And these grassroots innovations are signals for policymakers to understand the current landscape and needs of the community. It's a critical message for every policymaker to hear. And it speaks to the kind of innovation we especially value here in the SDG Action Zone. Innovation for change, to create things that are desperately needed and not yet available." As Fatima Faruda, head of Solutions Mapping and UNDP Ghana, put it, innovation doesn't just happen in shiny labs and Silicon Valley. And she should know, in the Ghana Accelerator Lab, they recognize that innovation occurs all around us, in villages and farming communities as much as anywhere else. So how do we unleash the innovation that's happening everywhere? Well, in the session with the Ban Ki-moon Center for Global Citizens, Latifa Al-Wazan, the founder of the social enterprise Wazan Math, had a few thoughts on this. She reminded us that we need to be open to collaboration, willing to share our mistakes and our learnings so that the next person's approach can be even better. It's not about stealing my thunder, she said. It's about allowing others to create a better project. Sanda Ojiambo, executive director of UN Global Compact, talked about getting business in the mix. The business of business is no longer business, she said. Business must be involved with societal transformation. And Susan Alsner, co-founder and chief of strategy and operations at Shift 7, later highlighted that, quote, "To foster innovation, you need to increase inclusive collaboration." We're getting the picture here, right? Every part of society, from the boardroom to the living room, has the power to enact change. The general public is so often overlooked as part of any kind of ecosystem. Yet they tend to be the ones experiencing the problems, and they have the creative insights to solve them. But the power to tap into their ideas, their advocacy, and their solutions lies in collaboration. We are in a moment right now that is clouded with adversity. But out of adversity, great creativity can arise, which was more than evident as we turned to creative philanthropy. We heard from those who'd lent their talents and ingenuity to the UN's Open Brief, an open call that tapped the creative community to help source beautiful content derived from WHO's fact-based messaging that could be shared with communities around the world. And the results were astounding. Co-founder of Talent House, Maya Bogle, sparked a revelation for us with the idea that creativity is actually a renewable resource. She told us how they've found over time that the more briefs they give to their community, the more their community grows. You can't wear it out. Which means there's an extraordinary resource at the fingertips of industries, of governments, of the United Nations, just waiting to be deployed. How cool is that? Creativity as a renewable resource. I love it. While all of this was happening at the SDG Action Zone, guess what? People around the world have been continuing the momentum across the Global Week to Act for SDGs. Let's take a look.
This is an incredible opportunity for us to create a new paradigm where the global prosperity comes first.
I am committing myself and our organizations towards planting millions of trees.
We must ask ourselves more critically, whose perspective are we missing, and how can we be more intersectional and anti-ableist in the solutions that we're developing?
going to profile innovations and solutions from all around the world. We're going to host online events where you can meet experts from all the regions of the world.
The time for action is now.
We have the opportunity to pause, reflect, and reimagine our future.
A world that is just, sustainable,
leaves no one behind.
Let's turn it around to the right direction.
And the stats keep rolling in. Over 38 million people have now taken action in 100 countries and counting. And you can still join. Discover different sets of actions to take at actforsdgs.org and join the mobilization using the hashtag #TurnItAround. Wow, so many solutions, so much action. Well, there's more in store for this afternoon. We are going to be joined again by the UN Deputy Secretary General, Amina J. Mohammed, and the Chief Financial Officer of Google and Alphabet, Ruth Porat, 1 year after their last meeting about the need for AI to become a powerful force for the SDGs. We're going to be hosting an intergenerational knowledge exchange between veteran and emerging feminists to ensure long-lasting gender equality movements, and later uncovering the secret to mobilizing the masses with the Big Six youth organizations. We'll be exploring the power of factivism through timely data. You heard me talk about this particular bit of factivism before, but it's so cool it's worth repeating. Did you know that before last week, there was hardly any information about the global goals on Wikipedia? Neither did I. But that's all changing literally as we speak. Over the last few days, volunteers from around the world have come together at the Wiki Loves SDGs Editathon to create new Wikipedia articles on the global goals and improve existing ones. From Peru to Lebanon, Nigeria to India, hundreds of volunteers have gathered to work together and raise awareness about the global goals. In less than a week, these passionate, hardworking volunteers have edited almost 9,000 articles on Wikipedia. It just proves how much we can achieve within a short period of time when we come together. Because of these dedicated volunteers, people around the world will learn about the global goals through the most comprehensive encyclopedia. The 5th anniversary of the global goals takes place tomorrow under the theme of factivism. And these volunteers are true factivists, taking the important information available to us and pairing it with actions. You can become a factivist too by joining this exciting virtual editathon to contribute to the goals and meet hundreds of passionate global goals factivists from around the world. The editathon will come to an end on Saturday, so don't miss your chance. Joining the action by searching Wiki Loves SDGs, and you'll find all the information you need. Now, as we head towards the end of our program, stay tuned, stay involved, and tell us what you think. Tell us what you're loving, and definitely tell us what your personal highlights have been. We miss having an audience IRL, so keep us in the loop virtually. Join the conversation on Twitter using hashtag SDGActionZone. And if you let us know which stage you're watching, your questions and ideas may feature on that stage's live Twitter wall. Just make sure to use hashtag stage 1, hashtag stage 2, or hashtag stage 3. I'm gonna miss saying that, and we'll find you. Follow us at SDGAction for more. And don't forget to invite everyone you know to join us here at SDGActionZone.org. Let's make some noise and make sure together that these breakthrough ideas and solutions reach and inspire as many people as possible around the world. Exciting, right? Should we get back to it?